G'day everyone. Well, as you know, I've said in a previous video, this bathroom's being renovated. Well, the whole house is, but anyway, here's some of the things I've been doing. Got this cool brass toilet cistern. It hasn't been polished yet, but it's 60 years old. It came from my grandfather's place, and yeah, it's been there. Yeah, the dog wants to get out. That's alright. Someone will let her out. And it's been there for a very long time. And when I was 5 years old, I used to play with this exact toilet cistern. I'm 30 now, so it's quite old. This toilet cistern was straight after the cast iron pull chain one, so it's pretty old. They don't make things like that anymore. Probably can't see the workings, but it's a pretty simple system. Got your ball valve there with the copper float, and sort of counterweight. When you push the flusher button, the flush valve's held down by the water pressure, and the weight comes back, holds the valve open, so it's not noisy. When the water level drops below that cup full of water down there, the water weight suddenly affects the valve mechanism, because water in water obviously doesn't weigh anything compared to the water around it, and when the water level drops, it suddenly matters, so it pulls the valve down just like that. And separate overflow tube there. It's not finished. That's a copper flush pipe I've got. It actually was a gas pipe from a shop that I had a job at, and it's got to be brazed together and fitted to the cut down. And yeah, it's a garden hose for the overflow going out through the floor. Yeah, I know, it's so lazy, but anyway, it's got to have a nipple brazed onto the side of that new flush pipe, and it's going to have just a piece of 3/4 inch pipe going to the new flush pipe. So, and I've got a nice industrial sort of, actually it's rated for gas and water, quarter turn valve. Didn't like the cistern ones, the chrome little things, but anyway, I've rebuilt a 1960, not a Speedy, it's a Sunray, can't remember who made them, oh well. Rebuilt it, still got its original Bakelite plug, but the cord itself's PVC, so I've had it right apart, of course, and you know, recycled the Bakelite power point. The heater takes a feed just from the power point here. Just put some TPS in the wall. Shoot, I can't even remember how I did it. I think it goes across there and then up to that power point. So, junction box there, that feeds power to this, which is the fan, the exhaust fan. Fairly decent sort of fan. I priced one of these fans and they're about $100 to buy, so it was actually donated by a Sparky mate of mine. These are actually two separate circuits. One circuit does the fan, which goes back to that power point there to get the feed for it. This one's actually a lighting circuit, so it just does the normal light. This has been the focus of most of my work for the last probably month, 2 months maybe. They used to have a bathtub there against that wall where that crappy looking shower is and where the basin is, and all the plaster was rotten. That's why this bathroom got pulled apart in the first place, because it was mouldy. So the toilet used to be next to the laundry, and what I did was I pulled the wall down between the toilet and the laundry and put a stud wall up in the doorway of the old toilet, and the laundry used to be fairly small, and I used to hit my elbows on the wall in the laundry, so I've decided to put the toilet in the bathroom. I recycled the toilet bowl and the cistern. I rebuilt it years ago and just decided to use it in this place. I've actually put a new pine stud in, and the reason why I did that is because they incorrectly installed the original bath, and the water used to get behind the plaster, and it actually warped the stud, so it was warped out into the room so that the wall wasn't flat. I replaced the noggins as well because, you know, I probably used about 20 or 30 bucks worth of timber, and yeah, there's quite a number of noggins in this wall. You got, you know, 2 there. They do the shaving cabinet. That hasn't got. I haven't got a mirror for it. This cabinet only got put up like 2 days ago. The cabinet itself, I think it's 60s, maybe 50s. I got it from the side of the road in Melbourne when I was 7 years old. So when the wall goes up, you only see yay much of the cabinet sticking out. You can't see because it's stupid. Yeah, there we go. Because, you know, it's going to have plaster or whatever, so you'll only see that much. The reason why I recessed it into the wall is because if it was mounted on the wall surface, you'd kill yourself on it. You'd bash your head on it when you were cleaning your teeth or whatever. So it's out of the way where it is. There's more noggins that hold the basin on. Yeah, it's overkill. I mean, I didn't need, you know, 2 noggins for the basin. I could have gotten away with 1. I've got another one there for the hot and cold water pipes. The pipes are what used to feed the bath, and with the exception of that elbow compression fitting that I bought brand new, this piece of pipe's recycled. I can't remember where I got it from. This piece of pipe's recycled, and it's just got a compression fitting there. The only tip I've got about doing any flared joints, if you're in Australia, go to Reese, buy a proper compression, a flaring tool I mean, just a proper block that does 1/2 inch and 3/4, because the ones that have the stepped punch and the block that does all the different sizes are okay, but they're a pain. They don't really do as good a result. So yeah, it's just a $30 mixer tap. Came from Mitre 10, which is a hardware store in Australia. The tap just uses a cartridge, so when it starts leaking, you just go and buy a $10 cartridge that just goes in there, pretty much. Basin, I think, was closer to 200 bucks, and $30 of that was this fancy plug hole, which is like a clicky pen almost. So yeah, it's all good. The cable there is not being put through the stud because 2 reasons. One, because I'm lazy, and when I cut the original stud out, I just couldn't be bothered putting the cable through. Same with this cable here. This one has to be put through. This is for the control pad for the electronic gas hot water service. I just haven't quite got there yet. It's not supposed to be behind the cabinet either, but this one's not going to go through the stud because I'm going to shift that power point, which is for the laundry, and not sure where I'm going to put it yet, but the laundry, I'm going to have the power points at a minimum height from the floor, so that if a washing machine hose ever blows or something, there's no chance of it getting wet. So the shower cubicle we're going to replace because it's actually not even been done properly. You can't really see it, but it's got a piece of chipboard underneath the bottom of the shower cubicle so that you probably can't see it, but the water never drains out fully. It's always got 1/2 centimetre of water. The floor in this room is pretty well stuffed. It really needs replacing. It's been wet. Where this tiled area here with this dirty towel on it, the tiles are actually hiding the fact that they've done a patch in the floor. That's why the patch is there. That's why the tiles are there, because they had to bust the lino. But as you can see, the water runs down through here and then down. These shower cubicles were designed to be run with a screen, not a curtain. So when you've got the channeling, the channel stops the water from running out down here, but it's actually rotted away the floor. So it's actually rotted away. You can see that timber's a dark colour, so that's going to need to be replaced. And this is pretty well screwed too. You can see a gap down there. And also, probably can't hear it over the camera, but when you tap the floor, it's kind of got sort of a hollow drum sound to it. So I think the term is drumming, but drumming means that the floor's not really secured to the joists anymore. So anyway, that's one of the rooms in the house that's being done up. All the plaster's been replaced. That's why I just cut holes in it. When I ran the cable, I simply followed the guidelines in AS3000, which you know, you got to use a junction box to join cable together. You can't just sort of tape it up. It's illegal in Australia. And also the cables are through the middle of the studs. Doing it any other way is just idiotic and illegal. Got to allow for people putting pictures on the walls and stuff, so that's why there's a nice, quite decent sort of clearance between the cables and the stud, because it's allowing for the fact that if someone drills through it, you know, it's not gonna, you know, they're gonna feel that the drill's going into air, because it will suddenly get easier, but hopefully they won't drill through the cable. But yeah, all the standards are done like that for a reason, and they should be adhered to. The plaster work in this room is pretty well crap. Probably can't see it, but they've tried to fill this after the architrave's been put on, and God knows what they were thinking, but you can see that it's pretty well shit. In fact, I've got to get a profile on that wall. We can't see it, but that plaster's not actually flat. You can sort of see the clearances all over the place. So anyway, that's what's happening with this. All the plaster work's being replaced. The floor's being tiled with some dark grey coloured tiles. Got to go and put the insulation back in the walls too, but yeah, that's what I've been doing. That's actually what takes up a fair amount of my time, doing up the house. So I'll probably be doing quite a number of videos about the house. So this is just room number 1. Alright, thanks for watching. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think. Yeah, if you want to know anything about how I did whatever, you know, advice on marking out timber or whatever, I'm happy to do a video on that. So if it's wanted, I'll do it. Have a nice day.